What's up, guys? It is Chris back for Watchchris. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that bell icon, all of that good stuff. I very much appreciate it. Today we're featuring a watch and a brand that I normally don't feature here on my channel. Number one, this is a bronze watch and it gets Mico-gas tubes. Now, just by me telling you it has Mico-gas tubes, you might be able to guess the brand. It's Ball, and I don't feature them here as often as I would like. Exquisite Timepieces down in Florida actually carry Ball, and they have lent me the watch that we're going to take a look at today. It's a bronze Engineer M Star Magna, and I think it's a really good looking, sort of quirky, everyday watch. So let's flip the camera and take a look at a bronze watch from Ball here on the channel. So it's been a while since I featured a Ball here on my channel. The last one that I featured was one that I actually owned and sold. I regretted selling that watch. I actually sold it to fund another watch, and then I probably ended up selling that watch. You know how it goes. But I did regret selling that watch. I felt like it was a really well-made watch, a really rugged watch for the price. And it also had an in-house movement, actually the same movement that's in this watch, and that gets 80 hours of power reserve. And it's a good looking movement. It's kind of large, on the larger side, and this watch gets a display case back, so I'll show you that movement in just a minute. This was lent into the channel by ExquisiteTimepieces.com. They're an authorized dealer for Ball and many other brands, a lot of the brands that I feature here on my channel. So if you're interested in this watch, or really any watch, reach out to Exquisite Timepieces. Tell them that Watchchris sent you. I will put a link down in the description below to this watch, and also Ethan over at Exquisite Timepieces, I'll leave his email down there as well. So if you're interested in this watch, definitely reach out to him and tell him Watchchris sent you. Anyway, this is a bronze version of the Engineer M Star Magna. It gets a green dial and applied indices. Those applied indices are really interesting, and one of the things that Ball are sort of famous for, besides being involved very early on in the United States in the railroad system, they're also famous for their Mico-gas tubes. So what they use here are Mico-gas tubes that glow in the dark instead of using lume. And I'm just using my UV light because this doesn't actually charge the tubes. However, the tubes are always glowing. So right now they're glowing. If we turned off the lights, you would be able to see that they're glowing. They're not extremely bright, but they last all the time. So they don't ever fade, which is pretty awesome. They do eventually have a half-life, I believe, and then you could eventually change them, but that is around 35 years, I want to say. So it's a very, very long time. These have applied indices. So there's a base of metal that's in a gold tone, and then those gas tubes sit on top. You also get gas tubes in the hour and minutes hand and that second hand, so little tubes in those hands. Those are all gold tone as well. You also have an applied logo right at that 6 o'clock, or right below the hand stack. That is a shield with wings, and that is also in a bronze tone. Below that it says 2500 gauze, below that it says 80 hours of power reserve, and then below that it says chronometer. So it is a chronometer certified watch, so that means that automatic movement with the 80 hours of power reserve, their in-house movement is COSC certified, or chronometer certified. At the top, right below the 12 o'clock, it just says Ball in their logo. So there is a good amount of text on this dial, I'm not going to lie, but it's really not all that bad. You have a smooth bezel. Everything here is in a matte tone. So the dial is in a matte green. You have a minute track that goes around that dial, and then you have a sloping bezel that is brushed, and then the sides of the watch are brushed as well. You have a crown that is signed with the railroad logo, that double R, and then of course you could see the movement from the back. And look at that movement. It's really good looking. It's actually very large. You have that RR again there, railroad standard, it says right there, of course, because that's what they're famous for. And it's just a good looking movement. You have a screwed in case back. That's a sapphire crystal, 100 meters of water resistance. You also get a screwed in crown. This also gets a bronze buckle. So you have a really nice big custom bronze buckle and a brown strap. That green dial, the gold tone indices and hands, the cream stitching, the bronze case, all of that come together really, really well. This is just under 43 millimeters at the case, and at that bezel, that's what I've measured it at. It's around a 13.3 millimeter thick watch, and then you have about a 50 millimeter lug span, and the crown is around 7 and change. So you have a very large crown on this watch. Price on here on their website right now on Exquisite Timepieces, they actually have this on sale for $3,779 is what I want to say. They have a black dial version and they have the green dial version. I really like the green dial version. That's the reason why I wanted to show it to you guys. So here it is. On my wrist today, I have my Urwerk 103 in white gold. This is a watch that I just got back from Urwerk. It was not working again, so I had to send it back to them for a complete overhaul, but it is back. They actually cleaned it up really nicely. It looks fantastic, and I'm very excited to have this on my wrist again. Well, there you go. You can see that they are not extremely bright, but like I said, they don't fade. So this is what they will look like when you turn off the lights at night. If you wake up in the middle of the night, it will still look this bright. And this is not complete darkness in my studio, so it would look a little bit brighter in complete darkness. But if I flash my UV light on here, you can see how they glow. And they glow pretty brightly. And you can see at the 12 o'clock, that's in orange, and the rest are in green. And you have little tubes on the hands as well. Those are pretty bright. Everything here looks really bright, but obviously when you shut off that light, there you go. That's as bright as it stays. So it doesn't get charged by the UV light. Pretty cool, and obviously very useful. These are something that they've been using for a very long time. And there are a few other brands that use Mico-gas tubes, tritium tubes, but there aren't that many out there. I think a lot of people like Superluminova. This is an alternative to Superluminova because obviously Luminova or Superluminova, Lumibright, all of those other Chromalight or whatever it is that Rolex use, those all fade over time. This will not. That's the point of it. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. What do you think of this watch? What do you think of ball watches in general? Please also don't forget to check out the link down in the description to Exquisite Timepieces. If you're interested in this watch, any Seiko, Grand Seiko, Longines, Omega, there are dozens of brands that they carry. Definitely check out their website if you're looking or in the market to buy a watch. Reach out to Ethan. I will put his email address down in the description as well. Tell them that Watchchris sent you. Anyway, guys, thank you for checking out this watch, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.